Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Betrayed But It Became a Blessing. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, I've been reading a book. It's about finding inner peace and all that. So being inspired from that, I decided to, make this What If. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well. As without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 13 years after the Kyuubi attack, at the Valley of the End, as Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki were currently standing facing one another. As Naruto glared down at Sasuke doing the same to Naruto. What do you want, dope? I made it clear when I left that I don't intend to come back. I have a mission that I need to fulfill. And if you or anyone else from Konoha gets in my way, they're going down. Oh yeah? Well, tough luck, Teme, because I am standing in your way. No matter what happens now, it's all on you. I'm gonna be dragging you back, even if I have to break each and every bone in your body. Is that so, dope? But are you willing to back it up? Huh? What do you mean by that? I said, are you willing to back it up? What you said? Because I, said Sasuke as his hand began to glow with lightning, and Chidori was formed in his hand. Certainly can, he said, finishing his sentence with a threat. Naruto, gritting his teeth, dashed forward, and so the fight commenced. Naruto was easily overpowered by a corrupted Sasuke, but Naruto was one or known to be the unpredictable amongst the group. So he used his tactics. Using the shadow clone technique, he summoned a lot of himself, and with them a lot of Rasengans were formed in each palm. As like a Naruto bomb, they all formed in the form of a tsunami over Sasuke, overpowering him as much as they could. As Sasuke in the end was beaten, and badly so. As Naruto alone stood, panting heavily because he was exhausted. Told you, Teme. Even if I have to break each and every bone in your body, I will drag you back. And I never go back on my word. You better believe it. After finishing his sentence in an exhausted form, Naruto picked up Sasuke and slumped it over his shoulder and began to drag him back with heavy footsteps all the way back to Konoha. Back at Konoha, Tsunade Senju was pacing back and forth, with unease in her footsteps and an unease in her expression. Jiraiya was standing near her as he then said, "Calm down, Hime. Naruto is going to be fine. That isn't what I'm worried about. I know the boy is going to be fine. He was able to hold on against Orochimaru with us. I'm worried about the Uchiha. The council has made it certain that Uchiha must be returned without any wound. I have made it clear to Naruto. I just hope that he is able to, follow the instructions and all." Oh. As Jiraiya's expression changed as he got up. I understand now. I didn't realize this. What do you mean by that? Said Tsunade with a more worried expression. Naruto is not able to hold back when he is, manipulated by his emotions. This is not good, Jiraiya. I'm having an even worse feeling now. Something bad is going to happen. As suddenly they saw someone dragging himself alongside with someone over his shoulder. "That's Naruto," said Jiraiya as he dashed forward and arrived in front of him, looking towards both Naruto's form as well as Sasuke. "Naruto, what did you do? Uchiha, he's bleeding." Teme had it coming. I told him to come back, but he wouldn't listen. As Naruto passed out in Jiraiya's arm, as Tsunade picked up Sasuke and looked towards him. "Is he okay? He has minor wounds and chakra exhaustion from what I can tell. Good. I'll treat him later. I'm gonna treat the Uchiha first." And so Sasuke Uchiha was taken in by Tsunade to being operated on. Time skip. A few days later, Naruto was bandaged up and patched up and resting in his own room as Tsunade came in with a narrowed eyes and a tight expression. "Naruto, tell me honestly. What is it, Bachan? What do you want to know? What happened at the Valley of the End?" What do you mean, what happened? I tried to stop him. He didn't listen. He even started a fight, and I had to finish it. Is that what really happened? Yes, that is what really happened. Why, you ask? Because Sasuke Uchiha has given his own side of the story under a lie detector test. And he said a lot of truth that you are hiding from me. What? Said Naruto, now with a shocked-filled expression on his face. As Tsunade then said, I trusted you, Naruto. I trusted you. How could you lie to me? Wait, Bachan, I didn't. Stop calling me that. From here onwards, you're going to address me as Hokage. Because that is all I am to you. I trusted you. But I didn't leave anything out. The council has summoned you. I myself have came here to collect you, Naruto, Uzumaki. Pack up your stuff and come with us. This instant. And so, Naruto within 5 minutes gathered everything he could and wore his torn clothes and arrived at the council chamber, where he saw Sasuke was seated on a wheelchair, looking down with a dull expression. As on one side was his sensei, Kakashi, and Jiraiya was also present there. As Naruto arrived, he stood like a deer that was surrounded by a pack of wolves in the center. As Naruto looked towards everyone and then towards Sasuke and said, What did he say? Silence, said Danzo Shimura. The council will begin shortly, and you, boy, will only speak when we ask of you to. As Tsunade sat down, after glaring at Naruto for a moment, she said, This council is in session. With a heavy heart, as Danzo stood up and said, Naruto Uzumaki, we have been given a proof under the lie detector test by Sasuke Uchiha that you are the instigator here. You were always jealous of him, always the one demanding equal attention as Sasuke Uchiha wanted. Get. And not only that, you have always tried to hinder his process of learning as well. What? No! I said only speak when you're allowed to, said Danzo as he slapped Naruto while standing next to him. Naruto looked down with a shocked-filled expression and then looked up towards him and everyone in the room, realizing that nobody is going to believe what he said. He looked towards Sasuke for a mere moment, seeing him smirk, and realized that everyone bought his story. After that, it was a moment of blurs, and in the end, like Naruto had already estimated, he was framed, and now being guilty of being the instigator of the fight and using excessive force against Sasuke Uchiha. As Tsunade Senju, after the whole council stand up and said, You are no longer from this moment a shinobi of Konoha. You are going to be sent on a year imprisonment in the blood prison under maximum security. You will be serving a hardship labor there, and after that you will return back and report here to us. Is that clear? Naruto nodded, as after that he turned and was handcuffed, and was now dragged by Kakashi. As Naruto was being led outside by a group of Anbus, Sakura came and slapped him across the face first. How could you do this? You promised me you wouldn't harm him and bring him back to me unharmed. Yet you would go so far, Naruto. I would never love someone like you. Get that through your thick skull. You're nothing in front of him, said Sakura, as Naruto continued to stare down. As one after the other his friends came, showing their disappointment, their anger. Even Hinata arrived. I can't trust I love someone like you. You would go so far to harm your own friend. I'm sorry, but you're not the person I fell in love with, or I thought I knew. And with that, Naruto was finally dragged across the village. As he walked, people yelled slurs at him, called him demon, called him many names, but in the end, it didn't matter. Naruto, after a 3 days journey and countless hours of thought, was finally at the blood prison. As Kakashi unlocked his handcuffs and said, From here on out, for an year, you will be with them. Behave. For God's sake, behave here at least. What little humanity you have left, at least show it here, Naruto. With those harsh words, Jiraiya left, as Naruto, after being branded, was brought inside. Once inside, Naruto was thrown into a small cell, which was dark and had little to no sunlight. He went to one dark corner and sat down there, everything now finally coming clear to him, as tears fell from his eyes, non-stop. He didn't sleep, like for the past few nights he hadn't. He just stayed awake and cried. And a voice from a corner of a small cell then spoke. "What are you here for, kid?" As Naruto wiped his tears and became alert. Who is there? Calm down. I am no one important. I am just shocked to see such a young child here, is all. And I wish to know why you were brought here. I was framed. One of my teammates was, well, he defected and I was ordered to bring him back. He threatened me and Konoha. I tried to reason with him, but he didn't, and in the end I got angry and decided to fight with him. He aimed to kill me, while I only beated him so that I could drag him back. And your village didn't like that, said the man after a heavy silence. No, not one bit. As suddenly, man got up, as huge chains sound was heard, and then the chains began to be dragged, as the man came into the light that was in the center. He was bald, a bit muscular and huge, but he had a calm aura around him. My name is Tenzo. I was imprisoned myself here. As the man sat down, come over here, kid. What's your name? It's Naruto. I sense great amount of trouble within you. Why is that? I don't know what you're talking about. A child who himself doesn't know what the war within he carries. You're not whole, child, but soon you will be. What do you mean by that? Ask within yourself and you shall see what I am speaking about. Go and rest for the time being. How long are you here for? An year? It's a long time. You better rest and get used to here. And so, Naruto decided to rest as best as he could, while keeping an eye on this man, Tenzo, who was an anomaly. He was huge, had huge muscles, and had metal balls attached to chains which were attached to his ankles as well as wrists. As the man continued to sit there in a meditative state. As the next day the cell door opened, as a guard shakingly came inside. Kid, come out here. Wow, he's alive. Did Tenzo really changed? Said Naruto. Naruto heard these words from the guard. As he came out, his eyes went. What do you mean by that? The guard used a baton to hit Naruto in the back. Get yourself in the line, now! And so, Naruto had to comply in pain. As suddenly Tenzo was standing at the gate, the guard fell on his back. Tenzo, get back in the cell. Don't make this hard for your own self. Do not hit the child. Next time it will not be that easy for me to let go of you. Are you alright, Naruto? I am fine, Tenzo-san. Thank you. And that is when the whole guards that were standing there realized that Naruto was off limits. Naruto was not even bothered by the guards, and he was working like any other, plowing the fields, and after he was done, he was allowed to rest a bit longer than the others. And suddenly he asked one of the guards, why am I allowed to rest a bit longer than the others? Are you crazy? Tenzo made you off limits. You're his victim. As Naruto's guts twisted. What do you mean by that? Tenzo is a maniac. He wiped out 3 villages. 3 villages with his own hands after becoming a berserk. What does that mean? He had lost his own family to a group of bandits, and to burn them down, he burned down the 3 villages that were known to hoarding bandits and were considered their territory. All by his own hands. Shinobi nations tried to intervene and reason with him, and he just butchered them down as well with his bare hands. That is why he is called the madman, the berserker. Don't go in his calm tone. He says that he is calm, but you saw it. He came in order to check on you. But don't you dare think that he thinks that you are nice. He does this because he sees you as his victim. Poor you. The remaining days of whatever you have, we will try our best to be at ease with you. Wait, if you're saying that I'm gonna die, then why send me back there? There's nothing we can do. Tenzo gets what he wants, even if he has to break through walls. He hasn't caused any trouble while being here, but the people, they're just too afraid. Everyone here, including us, because he has burned down batons, as well as lifted up guards, crushing their bones with his force of his hand. As after that Naruto gulped, his throat was dry. He did not want it to go in, but as soon as the evening fell, everyone had to be rounded up and go back to their cell. And so did Naruto, and he finally arrived there, seeing the man still seated there. As Naruto was fearful. You're afraid, Naruto. I'm not. Don't lie to me. Look, Naruto. I'm not the person they claim me to be. Yes, I was mad. At one point I had lost it. But it was out of sorrow I did. I had a family. A loving wife. A daughter who was disabled. But life was good. I used to be a farmhand, working at a farm, until there was a feud between our lord and the bandits. They came killing everyone. I tried to protect my lord and his family as per his orders, but couldn't protect my own. Lost in sorrow and anger, I lashed out. Did the unthinkable. Killed whole 3 villages and a lot of people. Spared no one. And when the shinobi forces came after me, I butchered them down too. Only after I was sent here, I remained calm because I knew I was being punished for my crimes. And throughout that, I found peace. How did you find peace? It's easy. It's difficult at first, but later on it's easy. When you let go of your emotions, detach yourself from everything. That is how it becomes easy. You begin to feel life itself. The fresh breath of air, your blood coursing through your own veins, your own heartbeat, and you're grateful that you're alive, that you're here. What little do you have, you see it as a blessing. And because of that, you feel at ease and peace. As Naruto looked towards him with wide eyes. Really? Yes, as I understand and came to terms with it. While I regret killing those who lived in those villages, those bandits, they would have continued to harm many more souls. Just like how they harmed my wife and daughter. My anger, it wasn't justified. The way I reacted, it wasn't justified, but the end result, it has brought me peace. I am serving my punishment. And that is why I'm here. That is why I don't bother them. That is why I remain in the cell, meditating, finding inner peace as much as I can. Naruto, after talking with Tenzo, went to bed. As much as you can call it in that tight cell. Next morning came, and Naruto saw that Tenzo was in a corner, eating only small portion of his meal while giving away rest to the rats that were there. How are you still able to live with that little much food? Oh, hello Naruto. It's easy. I give back to those who, well, can't ask anyone what they need. But I can feel them asking. And so I help. I only take what I need to keep alive and give away the rest. And I feel fulfilled. Really? Yes. Really, Naruto. You think that you being here is a curse. But you need to think, is it really? I mean, to me it seems that all that negativity that is coming out of you is a blessing. Once it does, your vessel will become fresh and you yourself feel refreshed. And then you can start anew. You have only one ear here. Why waste it? Cleanse yourself. Can Can you teach me how to? Said Naruto on his own, as his eyes widened as he realized what he has said. As Tenzo chuckled, "Of course, Naruto." And so, Naruto sat down and began to meditate as much as he could with Tenzo. Tenzo guided him, letting go of his negativity, letting go of his past, letting go of all the pain and hardship. And in doing so, he finally found the missing piece of himself that Tenzo mentioned on the day he arrived. The dark side of Naruto. All of his pain, his anger that he couldn't vent, has formed a split personality, which Naruto became familiar with, which he accepted as a part of him, and in the end became whole, and then began to let go of that negativity as well. Nobody from that day in the prison bothered Naruto and left him to be Tenzo, victim, or as they claimed him to be. Months began to pass by, and finally, within an year, Naruto was ready. Naruto was brought out from his cell, given his new form of clothes and a bit of money to start over, and were shown the gates. Said Tenzo that I am grateful to him and to all of you. As Naruto came out, he was wearing white robes. His expression was softened as the wind, a fresh air of wind, flew by as he inhaled and exhaled. It really is a blessed day and a blessing for me to be out here again. Naruto now had two choices. One, go back to being, well, Konoha's lackey and let all the negativity flow back, or like he has let go of them, go on his own path, his new one. And so, with a smile on his face, he, guided by the wind, diverted his path from Konoha and went on his own way. A few hours later, it was evening, and the gates of Blood Prison was knocked once more. As the guard opened, there stood shinobis of Konoha, now much more older than before, within an year, and taller as well. "We are here for the prisoner, Naruto Uzumaki. He is to be brought back to Konoha. It's urgent. His punishment has ended today. He was let go. His punishment finished at 10 a.m. He was discharged at 11 a.m. Where did he go? He did not return back. We do not know. Go on and find him. It's never our fault that you weren't here at that time." And so, the gates closed shut, as the forces of Konoha looked towards one another. "Kakashi-sensei, Naruto isn't here. What are we gonna tell Tsunade-sama?" "We are going to return, and then send out a search party." And so, they did return. Within a year, Konoha had changed. Sasuke Uchiha has betrayed them again, and in doing so, he has this time killed Ino. Ino was killed in front of them, and he had escaped, claiming that he has been the one that has lied through his teeth to get away from Naruto forever, and sent him to prison, making Konoha realize the real instigator was Sasuke all along, not Naruto. That boy was slapped across the face by all of them, spat on by all of them, and now, after an year or so, he was being retrieved back, in hopes that they could hide the fact that Sasuke had revealed the truth to them, and he could be instigated back into the society as he slowly earned their trust again. But once this was revealed to them, they were all shocked. "What? Naruto wasn't there? Why didn't he return back? I told him to come back to report to me." "You think he would listen to you? Of course he knows that we have wronged him. Or worse, he could have been kidnapped, Jiraiya." "No, Tsunade. Let's not kid ourselves. Naruto, that day was broken. He didn't spoke a word. He just was shocked and took each and every word from our mouth, each of our abuse, and just left. Why would he return here? But he needs to be brought here. He's the only one who needs to be here from the very beginning." "I know. And that is why I am going to ask around through my own spy network to ask about him. As on the other side, Naruto has been traveling, sleeping in the forest with the small flames and continuing his journey. Doing that, he has come across a girl who was unconscious, wearing red robes. She was beaten and had a lot of wounds on herself. Naruto sighed and then began to look around for a few herbs that he remembered from his herbing class from Iruka sensei, but necessary to heal, as an ointment. Naruto picked it up, chewed them, and rubbed them onto the wounds of the girl. As the girl began to wince, "Easy there. Everything is going to be fine. I've applied the ointment. It will take some time. I'm gonna rest here with you, so you can be at ease." As Naruto started small flames and kept the girl warm, and the next day as the girl woke up, she was almost healed, but felt a bit weak as she looked towards Naruto. And Naruto had already started cooking some fish for her that he has caught. "Here, you can eat this." Who are you?" "I'm Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki." "Nice to meet you. Who are you, stranger?" Why should I tell you that?" "It's fine. Don't tell me. After you're finished, you can just go back home if you are able to. Or if you're not, then I can guide you back home." "What do you want in return?" "Nothing. Why would I need anything in return? I was the one who chose to stop and help you after seeing you like this. So why would I want anything?" The girl blinked, looking at Naruto as if he had grown a second head. Naruto chuckled. "Look, I learned the hard way that, well, people expect everything in return for their help to those who they have helped, but not me. I don't expect anything in return. I chose this out of my own will. And I know that seeing you as you are, getting up on your feet, it makes me happy." The girl looked towards him and inspected his face, and then decided, "Fine, I'll guess I'll stay. Thank you for helping me. I'm Kurotsuchi. I'm from Iwagakure. It's nearby from here. I came on my own here and got ambushed by a lot of bandits. I had to run away, and once I reached my territory, I lost strength." "I see. Well, luckily enough for you, I was able to find you. Hey, if you need anything, I'm more than willing to help you back as a reward." "No, I don't need anything, Kurotsuchi-chan. I just said so. I was roaming around the forest." "Forest, you say? Why?" "Because I have nowhere else to go. The whole earth itself is like a home to me. Wherever I find place which doesn't bother anyone, I make it a home for the night. It is just a blessing that is granted to me from the heaven above." As Naruto then went back to meditation, "Eat up and rest for the time being, and then you can leave as you wish." Kurotsuchi decided to wait until evening, until she gained strength and chakra, as Naruto had given her lunch even and then was preparing dinner. As after giving her dinner, Kurotsuchi ate it, while he kept looking at Naruto, who finished his own and smiled at her and then went back to his meditation. "You know, you're weird. All the day I have seen you, you just kept meditating and do nothing. How are you able to do that? I mean, don't you get bored or tired? Why? I mean, it's the most peaceful thing, and once you are in peace, you never get tired of it. You want to stay at it. I mean, I can sense you that you have a lot of conflictions and a lot of negativity within you. But you too can be peaceful, you know?" "Really? Me? I have a lot of negativity? Is that what you're saying?" "I did not mean to, discredit you or anything. I just said what I felt." "You don't need to take my word too hard. I apologize." After that, Kurotsuchi got up and said, "How about you come with me?" "Where?" "I would like to thank you. I said I don't need any reward." "Look, you decide to help me on your own, I get it. I'm deciding to reward you on my own because I wish to." "Fine then." And so, Naruto got up and followed her, as Kurotsuchi arrived and brought him to Onoki, her grandfather and the Tsuchikage. Onoki saw Naruto, and for a moment he narrowed his eyes until he calmed himself and said, "So you're the young man who helped my daughter. Tell me, how did you ended up here, Naruto Uzumaki? Because last time I heard Konoha was quite far away." "I did not came from Konoha. I came from the blood prison." "Blood prison?" Onoki raised an eyebrow. "Why would you be there?" "I was imprisoned there for an year, because I was sent to retrieve Sasuke Uchiha. and I got him injured. Konoha didn't wanted him injured, so I was, well, put off the forces and sent to the blood prison for a year. So currently you're free. Great, you work for me now. I'm sorry, but I must decline, Oniki-sama. I work for no one. I have achieved peace after breaking through the chains of one village. I do not wish to engulf myself in another village's chains. Fine. Then you can leave with this money. Thank you very much. But is there a charity here? As Naruto took only a few of the ryus and then gave him the rest. Why don't you need the rest? Can you donate that here to the rest of it to the charity? That would be more than, good enough for me. You really are a weird person, Naruto Uzumaki. And so, with that, Naruto left, leaving a huge impression on Onoki as he, the very next day, went and gave away the money to charity as the kids were happy in the orphanage, as Onoki stood and watched them happy and in tears thanking their own Kage. Thank you for thinking about us, Onoki-sama. Onoki didn't want to admit it, but he felt good. For real good, for the first time in his life, like he was at peace. As Kurotsuchi then said, "Why are you crying, old man?" "I'm not crying, girl. It just feels nice to do a bit of good." As he then called for his son, "Akatsuki, from this day onwards, every month from my own pay, 30% of it will go to the orphanage. All of the orphanage." As the kids cheered, and so did the orphan Martrich that was usually ignored and was now relying on the very bit that she were able to scrap and beg for and work for. As Onoki was beginning to realize that fighting wasn't the only thing that was important, it was the happiness of his people. He was seeing these orphan kids, the kids of the warriors that have fallen down for him and his village. Their smiles was much more important than the wars and hatred against Konoha. And he could thank only one boy for that, the boy who appeared and gave him a lesson and left, Naruto Uzumaki. After that, Eva changed drastically over the course of months. Instead of causing skirmishes, they were directed to protect. They were directed to work on non-assassination missions, just protection missions, becoming quite a heavily relied on village and reliable one for the customers. While Naruto continued on with his journey, going from different places to places, influencing a lot of small villages with his peace talks and with his words alone, while enjoying the blessings and peace. And in the end, his influence and name began to echo throughout the whole elemental nations. Many of the villages were now waiting for him to arrive and stumble upon him like how Eva has, and it has benefited them a lot. The village known to be poor and known for a ground of survivals was now a haven, a peaceful haven with a leader that was not only strong but also quite loving to his own people. Same could be said for Kiri, as Naruto visited them and was able to make sure that they also learned the ways of peace. Maid Terumi has insisted that he stayed, like he was some sort of deity that appeared to grant them peace after all that war, all that suffering. But he didn't. He only took what was needed by him and gave away the rest to the people back, which was quite well honored by Kiri. And then it was Suna. Gaara had become the Kazekage, the friend that he had made when he was shinobi. Naruto was sitting in his office, as Gaara had brought him there. "I am happy for you, Gaara. You achieved a dream that I once held. You don't want to become a Hokage anymore? I am not a member of Konoha, so it would be quite hard, or close to impossible for me to become that. Look, I am just a wanderer now, wandering around from place to place, enjoying the blessings given to us all by heavens. This land is vast. I learned that while I was stuck in a small cell. Even there, I began to feel how peaceful and blessed I was. And once I was out, it was like coming out of a small pond into a bigger ocean of peace. I just don't want this blessing and peace to end. It's selfish of me, I know, but that is who I am now." You have influenced quite a lot of people, Naruto, and in a good way. I didn't influence anyone. Like I wasn't influenced by my sensei. I was inspired by him and guided by him, and then I found my own peace. Similarly, they were guided by me, and through me they were able to find peace. But I take no credit for that because it was their own self-effort to find that peace that they have achieved. But Naruto, Konoha, it's still looking out for you. They are aware of your achievements and your name that is echoing through the villages of Elemental Nation. What are you gonna do when you come across them? Nothing. I'm not willing to come back, so that is one thing, because it brings a lot of negativity back. I don't wish to, go back there. But don't you hate any or hold any hatred towards them? No. Why would I? I don't hold any hatred towards them. You hate a few things about the people you trusted or loved, or some people who are generally in wrong. Those people are neither of them. Because to me, they don't now exist. They're just strangers, nothing more. The people that you pass by, and they don't seem to be anything more than a blur. That is what I have learned. Wow. I must say I'm impressed, Naruto. You certainly have changed so much. In 1 year only. People change, Gaara. Look, you yourself have changed, haven't you? You have gone from claiming the One Tails to be your mother, to be a Kazekage now. And beloved by your people instead of being feared. That is, in my eyes, a huge improvement. And in a form of peace itself. Yeah, it took me a while, but I was able to come to terms with it. I'm happy, my friend. So am I, Naruto. You're our guest. Say as much as you want. I won't trouble you. I only will rest for a few days and then will go on my own way. Then so be it, Naruto. You're welcomed as many times and as much as time as you need for here in our village. Thank you. After that, as Naruto rested there, a spy of Jiraiya alerted him and have led him to Tsunagakure. As Jiraiya and a few of the shinobis arrived, they knocked onto the door after confronting the Kazekage of Naruto's hotel room. Naruto opened and sighed with a bit of wide eyes. What are you all doing here? What do you mean, what are we doing here? Why didn't you come back? Said Jiraiya. I had no reason to. Come inside, please. Now that you are here, I won't allow you to leave without a cup of tea. And so, Naruto gave them a cup of tea each, as they felt weird. They felt guilty. Like they were being twisted from within. This was a person that was supposed to hate them. They were ready for him being lashing out, calling them names, hating them even, but not this kindness. Why are you being kind to us? Said Shikamaru. We were rude. We even abused you when you left. When I was imprisoned. Look, what happened in the past is in the past. I've changed now. I'm no longer a shinobi. I never will be. Just because Tsunade-sama said so, she didn't mean it. She regrets saying that. At the time we thought that Sasuke was... Look, that time has gone by, and it means little to nothing to me now. What matters to me is the present, because it is the true reward and blessing, and the future is a surprise. The past is just that, a past. It doesn't change. The future? It can, though. When did you become like this? In prison. Instead of becoming bitter, I was taught to feel blessed and relieved, because Konoha to me was like a huge neck brace around my neck. Once I tore that down, I realized just how free I was. But Naruto, what about Konoha? What about us? Unfortunately, those wounds will remain. The wounds of your betrayal, but they're healed. Only the scar have remained there. Don't be philosophical, Naruto. It's not time for that, you idiot. We're talking about serious matter here. Sasuke has escaped. He has made his choice then. When I begged, I told you that I wasn't the instigator. You didn't believe me. I don't know how he was able to successfully pass through the lie detector test, but he did. And I, in the end, was framed. Killed Ino. I am so sorry for your loss. May her soul rest in peace. I can't do anything. As Shikamaru then said, she was our friend, Naruto. Was. She was our friend. That is indeed true, Shikamaru. So were we at one point. I beg of you, but please, after you finish your tea, you can all leave. And so, Naruto began to walk towards the door. I'm going out for a stroll. And so he left, leaving everyone stunned. He really did change, didn't he? As Jiraiya then said, I'm gonna go and talk to him one last time. After all that, you still would? Said Kakashi. Yes. If he doesn't agree, then we're all leaving. Because he isn't the Naruto we are aware or know anymore. He has changed completely. And so, after a few hours, we see Naruto was roaming the streets of Suna as Jiraiya arrived. Roaming around the streets, I see. Yes, when you have nothing better to do, you do this for the time being and see life around. It's like a blessing, isn't it? Of course it is. But what would you do when a threat lingers? The threat, when it arrives, will be dealt with accordingly. So you will fight. Who says everything is resolved with fighting, Jiraiya? Not everything has to be resolved with fights. Only with a few of words and a bit of tea, many of the problems can be solved as well. And so Jiraiya after that left, but unaware that Naruto and him were being monitored by a pair of eyes. 2 pair of them. It was nighttime and Naruto heard a knock at the door. He opened it, and 2 figures stood there. It was the same hooded figures like before he had faced with Jiraiya, but different people. One of them was half black, half white with green hair. The other one had a mask. We wish to speak to you, Naruto. Come in then. Just like that. What would you like, tea? Anything sweet? I would like some tea with 8 cubes of sugar, said Zetsu, and he was given that. Thank you very much. We wish to speak about what you have said earlier to Jiraiya. So you still were keeping an eye on me, I see. Yes. Throughout the elemental nations, we have seen just how much you have influenced them all. But we wish to speak to you directly. You know, Naruto, said the masked person, what would you do if I said that I was the one who was the cause of all this? What do you mean by that? Said Naruto. What would you say or do if I tell you that I am the person who killed your parents and made you the person you are? Naruto's eyes widened for a bit, and then he sighed. Well, that is quite sad. I mean, I do not understand what would lead you to do this, but that is indeed sad. But as unfortunate as it is, there's nothing unfortunately I can do about it now. What do you mean by that? You would not fight? You would just let them die? They have died. It was you and your choices that killed them, didn't they? Yes, kind of. Then how come it would affect me? I have lived throughout my whole life as an orphan. I barely even knew them. I mean, I still would want to meet them one day, but only when I pass. You know, we can make that easy. You all have to do is just cooperate with us and give us the Biju. We soon are going to plan to take each and every Biju. And do what? Revive the Ten Tails? What else? Said the Zetsu. As he widened his eyes, because he realized he just told him the plan. What would you do after that? Cause more destruction and havoc? No. We wish to end this shinobi world. Unfortunately, that wouldn't resolve anything. What do you mean by that? Think about it. Even if you do this, what would happen? New conflicts will rise. People before Chakra, they still had fights. They still had wars. They will continue to do so even after they have been stripped of that. All you would be doing is just taking away their advantage and just giving them equal fighting grounds. And even then, some people will hold advantage over the others. So it wouldn't solve anything, you're saying? No. If you don't believe me, just test it yourself and see the results. But you will be, unfortunately, disappointed, because it is indeed as I have said would happen. Then what are you doing? What I'm doing is just walking around, roaming the land that was given to us, and feel blessed, enjoying the little blessings that are left, and being peaceful in my life. Because as soon as I let go of all myself, detaching it from all the hatred, all the agony, all the pain, I felt blessed and peace. It's hard, really hard, but once you get used to it, you feel truly blessed and divine. You feel connected. You enjoy the little things, and that makes you happy. Both of them look towards one another. As Etsu then said, we want to continue to observe you. Throughout your life, we wish to. Is that alright with you? Because we wish to see that is peace truly achieved by one's will, or for it you have to go to war. Test it yourself, and then tell me the results if we ever come across the paths. We will. And so the Akatsuki left, surprisingly. And after a few months, the reports came, the Akatsuki became the organization instead of the feared one to be the one who helped out the others. And they were cherished, loved, and adored. And not only that, they were equivalent to that of saints who didn't want anything in return and have become good. The only few bad apples, such as Kakazu, the money addict, Sasori, the puppet maker, and Hidan, were disbanded, and they were captured and imprisoned soon after on their own, while the others, they continued to work, and as they did, they became addicted to this, the peace, the blessing that they were finally able to see. As all this went, Tenzo in his cell was smiling, because through the winds of air that carried voices, the joy, the blessing, he too knew that everything was being changed. His anger and sorrow that led him to this peace that he gave away to Naruto was inflicting the world and healing it. And he was more than happy. I'm proud of you, Naruto. I'm really proud of you, he said, and continued to meditate with a smile in his cell, while Naruto, he smiled as well, looking up, hearing the words of his friend. I know, Tenzo. Thank you for teaching me these ways, that I have showed this to the world. And the world, it was healing, while back at Konoha, people were still tense, because Naruto had decided not to visit them. And Sasuke, he was still out there, wanting revenge on Itachi, who was now becoming a saint in the eyes of people. But as he tried to go in for the kill, he and Itachi had a heart-to-heart, and Sasuke realized that it was Konoha that has caused this pain, while his brother had only protected him. And Naruto, he was the one who finally allowed Itachi to let go of his hatred and have a heart-to-heart with his brother. Sasuke went out for his search for Naruto, but Naruto was nowhere to be found by him. He wanted to apologize, and the guilt was eating him out, but he couldn't find him, because fate has ordained Naruto has vowed that he would never come across with any of them. He would continue to be on the move, enjoying the world and its blessing, being the golden boy as he was, in the eyes of the world itself. As this is where I will be leaving the short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.